Okay, so we're on. I've noticed that I've had some people calling, or not calling, but texting and saying they're having trouble getting on. So I hope that we're able to make this work. If not, what I will do is go ahead and finish this and we'll post it and we'll figure out all of the things that we need to figure out for tomorrow. So tomorrow we will be on 6 o'clock Mountain Time. So that means 5 o'clock Pacific, 7 Central, and 8 Eastern. And it looks like Facebook has been like trying to adjust for time zones somehow. And so, but this is what we're going to be doing. And I'll put that out there again. And I hope that you guys are able to get on. Okay. Emma, your profile is perfect. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started and we'll see how it goes. I was hoping we could be a little more interactive with this, but you know, whatever. Here we go. So I know that Noelle's been here, and so if you can just let me know if you tried to get on and you couldn't, and we'll make sure that all of this gets out. I'll post everything on this, on the Little Hearts Academy site page, and as well as the Imperfect Heroes page. If you follow me on DJ Stutz, I'll post it on there too, on my personal. So there you go. We'll have it on all of that. There's a link to actually register for this event. And I'll put that in the comments as well. In fact, I can do that right now if we want. Here, hang on. And here. And here. Okay, and so there is a link, and that's just the Little Hearts Academy. Oh gosh, all right. So, so we've got someone here, so that's good. We've got one, yay! And so let's go ahead and get started. And I will put the link to actually register, so you're getting the emails and all of the information that's being sent to you on your email, and you can just click a link and you'll be right there. So I noticed that there are a lot of people who signed up for the group but didn't register. So that's just something to think about, and something that we can work on together. All right. So here we go. And I saw some of the posts today, and I saw that some of you actually listed your top 5 things, and that was great. And I'm so glad that you chose to do that. I'm grateful for everyone who's participating. And so let's stop and think, did everyone get their chance to make their list of things that they are grateful for? So maybe it's the coffee maker, or maybe it's a car that works, or maybe it's something else like that. And so that's the list. I want you to have your list written down, not just in your head, so that you can really look at it, post it somewhere, figure out where you're going to post it. And I mean, just not posting it here necessarily, but hey, Noelle, hey, Tony. And but post it somewhere where you can see it a couple of times a day. That will remind you that these are some of the things that I am grateful for. Now, later in the challenge, we are going to be using that list. And so you're going to want to hold on to it. And then you can go ahead and post your top 5 on the group. And I've got some people that have done it already, and so thankful. And someone wrote that they were grateful for the challenge, and that made me feel pretty good today. Actually, filled my bucket. So if you're here, I see some of you are getting here, and you want to go ahead and post some of the things that in the chat of what you think it means to live in gratitude. What does that look like for you? And we'll look at those as they start popping up. But take a second and go ahead and think about that, and then maybe write down a few words on what you think it means to live in gratitude. And I'll just give you kind of a second to do that as we are getting some more people in. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate it. I'm grateful for that. And so I'll give you a chance to keep typing and adding. Now, while you're doing that, and while we're looking at some of the things, I think that sometimes people think that living in gratitude means that you are denying the hard, difficult things that you are going through. And that is not what this is about at all. In fact, living in gratitude is more about focus, what you're focusing on. So everybody has hard things that they're going through. And some people have harder things than other. And some people have more small fires to put out. Some people might have a really, really big one that's overtaking it all. And so we're not going to deny that those things are happening, but we're going to acknowledge and put our focus on, even though some of these bad things are happening, there are other good things that are happening as well. And I'm going to take a moment and focus my attention on that part of it. I hope that makes sense to you. And and so as we are strengthening our ability to manage difficulties, that's what we're going to do with living in gratitude, is strengthen our ability to manage those hard times. And so it isn't something that's like just in your head. Oh, I got to have a better attitude. But it actually takes in more than that. And once that we are actively living in gratitude, it takes a hold of our heart, doesn't it? And we can feel that gratitude with our senses. We walk in and there's a familiar smell, and that just brings back that feeling of warmth or goodness or a good memory or something like that. There's a touch that might bring back a certain fond memory. You know, snuggling in for me, snuggling in the sand on the beach, you know, and that brings back great memories of my childhood as I grew up in Los Angeles, and we were at the beach a lot. And so when I do have a chance to go back, I love that feeling of just squishing myself in and feeling that and feeling gratitude for the memories that it's bringing. And so it really does affect a large part of our bodies. And so I want you to take a second and be free right now to notice the beauty of the moment that you are currently living in. Right now, not 5 minutes from now. Do you have a chair that you're sitting in and so you don't have to stand? Are you strong enough to stand, right? Are there smells around you that are pleasant? Is there music that you like listening to? Are there people around you that you love and care about, right? You have a roof over your head, hopefully. Maybe you're in the car. But think about just where you are right now. And what do you have to be grateful for in this particular moment? And maybe it's the chance to focus on gratitude. Maybe that's something you can be grateful for. is gratitude. Isn't that funny? And what that does for us. So I want you to think about maybe waking up in the morning on a chilly morning and you've got those warm covers around you. I love that feeling, is waking up under the covers on a cold morning and just sitting there and relaxing. It's taking a second to get up and out of bed. Maybe taking an early morning walk with your dog and feeling the senses that are around there, the chill in the air and the breeze, the physical activity that you're getting. Think about maybe that as something you're grateful for. Maybe, I don't drink coffee, but I know many, many people do. And it's that smell of that morning brew. Maybe that's something that you can be grateful for. Or cuddling with your child as they wake up and so you know those quiet moments, and you've got some time in the morning and you just slide into bed next to them and you've got your arm around them and maybe you're humming a nice song or stroking their face as they are waking up. And isn't that just a wonderful feeling? And is that something maybe that you're grateful for? You'll notice that we're talking about things and experiences. We're not talking about people right now in our lives. That's going to be later on in our challenge. Today, we are just talking about things and experiences that we enjoy. So just feel free to take that moment and notice the things that are around you that make you, maybe they make your life easier, or maybe they keep you safe or warm in the winter and cool in the summer. Maybe these are things that bring beauty to your life. For me, I love trees and the clouds. Sometimes I have to stop my car and just look at the clouds in the sky. It's so gorgeous. It's just beautiful. In fact, tonight as we were coming out of a store with my husband, and the sun was going down and it just hit a few clouds in the right way and it looked like there was this beautiful light around them. Oh, it was just gorgeous. It wasn't pink or orange. It was this beautiful white light that was there, and it was just wonderful. So, sometimes though, there are things that are difficult that we're going through, and they turn out to be a benefit in the end. How many of you have had an experience of you went through a really, really hard event, but because of that event, something wonderful came from it, and you wouldn't trade it for the world, right? I know people who've gone through a very, very difficult marriage that maybe didn't survive, and yet they have this amazing child, that came from that. And they would say, I'd go through it again if I got to have my son or my daughter, and she's worth everything, or he's worth everything, right? Sometimes it's difficulty at work or losing work. I've had that happen a couple of times with COVID. When it hit, I was working at the college and I really enjoyed that job. But, we went down from 5 full classrooms to 1 partially filled classroom, and there was no need for my job anymore. And I lost my job. But because of that, I got back to where I needed to be. I'm not an administrator. I need to be with the kids. I enjoy my time with the kids. And so I wound up going back into the public schools and enjoying my time teaching the little guys that I've come to love so much. So, you can really take the time and look at this and think, this is something that's really hard that I'm going through right now. But down the road, I might be grateful for this hard experience. I know people who've gone through cancer gosh, how hard is that, right? And yet, when they come out on the other side, they say, I've learned so much about myself, about my family, about my friends, about God, about all these things. And I'm so grateful for that experience. We hear people talk about that. And so I want you to think about too, and maybe this is something that helps you get through the hard time, is I wonder what amazing thing is going to come out of this, right? What am I going to be grateful for when this is all over? And that can help you get through that hard time. And maybe it's something where, you know, a relationship was struggling, but you worked through it and now you're closer. Maybe it's something where, you know, a child is going through something really difficult and hard and you were helping them get through it. So maybe your relationship with your child is better. Your child comes out of that feeling more confident that I don't need to be scared about everything, that I can do this. I got through that. I now have the confidence that I can move forward in my life. So let's think about those kinds of things as we're going through. But there are so many things that are difficult to manage. But with gratitude, we are able to manage through the hard times better. So I want you to think about, how can this information that we just talked about, how can that help you personally, not some abstract person, but how this can help you? Or can it? Right? So I'm not going to make these long and drawn out. I want you to be able to get through this. It's easy. It's not a big ordeal that you have to commit to. And hey, Amitra, it's so good to see you here. And so we're talking just about how living in gratitude can help us maybe get through a hard time, like a difficult time, but you can look forward to, when I'm done with this, I wonder what pieces I'll be grateful for, right? Maybe you got a different job, and hey, Tony, maybe you got a different job. Maybe you've gotten a different outlook on something. Maybe you moved to another city, another state, and you're in a much better place. Maybe you got away from something that was very negative and something drove you to improve your situation. And if you hadn't gone through that, I don't know, where would you be? Would you be better off? But very often we are better off because of the difficult things that we are in. And so that's something to think about. Tomorrow, so here's the thing. I'm going to put in the comments as soon as I'm done here, the link to actually register for this. And so that's going to get you your emails with the assignment for the day and reminders, and then the links to just click easily. You can go into that email, click on it, and you'll be right to where you need to be. We are going to be here. So today, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday are 5 days. And we have a schedule. I have a schedule of the things that we're going to be looking at and your assignments for that day. And it's always going to be at 6 o'clock Mountain Time. I know there's been some confusion with like, oh, what time, right? So it's going to be at 6 o'clock Mountain Time, and it's going to be right here where you are now. So on the challenge page. And so I'll try to get that information out there. So I know that there are a lot of people who were wanting to get on, and there was some confusion on how to get there. So I'll get some more of that information out there. And if you haven't made that list for today, I want you to go ahead and make that list. So it's things, not people, things and experiences that we are grateful for. And then actually tomorrow, heads up, we're going to be making our list of the people that we are grateful for, and maybe what it is about them that makes you grateful for them. So anyway, till tomorrow, I am excited. Please post, share your lists, share your experiences, share your thoughts. If this spurred something, I'd love to hear about it. And so post it in the group, and we're going to support and help each other. And you're going to be part of that. As someone posts something that was an experience or something that's important to them, and you relate to that, go ahead and do the reply. You know how these groups work, right? So it's going to be a lot of fun this week. I'm so excited to get started and to be here on this. And so until tomorrow at 6 p.m. Mountain Time, let's find joy in parenting. See you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.